right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is lesson 4. I am Mr. Thomas. We're going. This is our fourth class here. Today is 17th of November, and well, this is the intermediate English course for business English, as always. And well, in the last few classes, we just had major problems because there hasn't been many attendances. You could say that there wasn't a public for me to speak to. But well, today I have decided that from now on, if no one comes, I'll try to deliver the class for myself and for you. But please always remember that you can always come to class and we can have a good time together. We can have a chat, a nice conversation. We can do the activity together so you don't need to think. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer any question that you have. But well, in that case, what is important is that you come to class here and well, we can have a chat so I can get to know you. I don't know anyone at all, practically no one. And well, this is our fourth class because in the past 2 weeks we had two classes, and well, I didn't feel like recording it by myself. I'd rather choose you working on your own. But well, let's see how well you can do it. You can manage to do it, and you can also use my videos as an aid. All right, so this is Unit 1. We are still on Unit 1 about managing people. I hope you've had a good time doing it so far because it's a very nice topic. It's about how you connect with people, how to use your interpersonal abilities, how to coordinate. That's a new word for you, coordinate. Apart from managing, which is right here. Okay, so write this down. It's a new verb, coordinate. Very good. So coordinate right there, and we'll move on to the next part of the class here. And well, today we have a lot of theory to do here. So you can watch this here. Look at this. It says reported speech language review. And so you have to ask yourself, what do you know about reported speech? And well, you probably remember that it's about when you relay. That's a new verb for you. Relay. Sorry. Relay what someone just said. That's the aim for reported speech, which is what we are going to be, the topic that we're going to be dealing with in this class here. Oh, sorry, let me just click out. Here we said, we often hear it says, there are a number of ways to report what people say. Always remember that you can download this file, this PDF file, through within the platform. You can do it on yourself. There's no need for me to send anything because it's already there. We're going to be doing a quick listening activity. The audio is already there. And so now here, Like I just told you, there are a number of ways to report what people say. Report. Remember this verb to report. Don't forget to use the to infinitive right there. And well, it says here we often use say, tell, and ask to report speech. And remember what I just said, it's to relay what someone just said. And so it says here to report speech. And well, here is a new an example. It says there the new job is challenging. She said that the new job was challenging. In this case, we add that here, but because it's in parentheses, you can see that it's actually optional. There's no need for you to say. You can say, she said the new job was challenging. Or you could just say, she said that the new job was challenging. And so you can see that, that it's optional. So you don't actually need to do it. Remember, there are a number of exceptions, and I could teach that to you if you want to, but it's a little bit more complicated because it involves advanced grammar, and the aim for this course was not to teach advanced grammar, mostly because no one usually cares about it. It's not so important. It's all about communicating and, well, having a good time, having a little bit of fun, but with responsibility. Okay, here, and so it says right there, we use tell with an object. And so she said the new job was challenging, or the new job is challenging. And well, you see that here the sentence adds an object right there. So you say she told her boss that the new job was challenging. She told her boss that the new job was challenging. Sorry. And so you see here that it's the boss, it's the object of the sentence, and so we use tell rather than said. In some and sometimes you can say she said to her boss. But that involves an infinitive as well. This is actually a valid as well, a valid form. Valid form, yes. She said to her boss. The new job is challenging, she said to her boss. You see, that's a new way. It's not a new way. It's another form that you can use to relay what someone just said. But in this case, it's a little bit more literary. Literary, yes, has to deal with literature, and so it's not so common, but it's still possible. So in an examination or in an activity, you could use this structure to relay what someone just said. It's possible. Remember that. Remember that if you want, I can send you this board. It's actually an application called Jamboard.com. This whole board is an application. It's a Google application, and you can download it if I send you the link for it. It can be downloaded as an image or as a PDF file, and there are a lot of tools here. You can do the zoom in to zoom even more than the zoom in. You can zoom out as well. but it's rather useful because sometimes the image is not quite clear cut, so it's better to use it that way. Well, keep on. Now let's take a look at this. It says here, we ask whether without an object to report questions. Sorry, we use ask here whether without an object to report questions. And so you say, when do you want to start? Her boss asked her. You see, there is no need for you to say her, but you can say ask. Just ask here, and you can add her as an option if you want it. Remember, it says here whether without an object. If you say her boss asked when she wanted to start, it's actually correct. It's a correct grammatical expression. And you see here, number two, we usually make the following changes in reported speech, and you have to pay close attention here because it says the verb goes back one tense, so it goes backwards. Uh, I remember once I read it on a grammar book about one of my favorite authors, and he called it the one step backward law, one step backward rule, right there. And so it says here that the verb goes goes back one tense, and so it's one step backward. And so, for example, if you say my new sales team is difficult to manage, you have to say he said that, because he just said it. My new sales team is difficult to manage, and so you have to change it to the past simple. And that's why you say he said that his new sales team was difficult to manage. And that, well, no, sorry, I forgot. Here it says, for example, from present simple to past simple, which is what we just did right there, which is changed it one tense back, one step backward. It goes back one tense right there. And well, another example here, my new sales team is difficult to manage. And you see here, that's one of the uses of said. Remember what you said about the uses of said. And so, well, to finish with this short presentation of the topic, we can say that when we report things that are either very recent or generally true, we often use the same tense as the speaker. And so, well, you see here, this is an example. I want to see Pierre. Pierre, Susan has just phoned and says she wants to see you. So you can see that it's not entirely true. Then the verb always goes back one tense, because so be very careful, because sometimes right here it says it's either very present or it's generally true. When it's really recent, you'll see that using the same tense as the message that you are relaying, it's actually correct. It's not entirely wrong, but well, sometimes. But you know that if you don't care about it, and if you say, and she said she wanted to see you, you'll know that it's correct. But in this case, this is another exemption to the general rule of reported speech, right there, what we say when we report what someone just said. So training is important, he said. That training is important. It's when something is generally true. And that's why you don't actually change the tense here of the main verb. She wants, it is, he said it is. And so, well, here is a very quick activity. We're going to do it together. I'm going to do it right here, and you can check whether you did it or not. I really wish someone was here to do it with me because it doesn't feel right. But don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a way to invite you to come. I hope that's my desire. And so, well, it says here, complete these sentences with the correct form of say or tell. And so remember what you said about say and tell. Remember, and so it says here, he said that he was finding it difficult to manage people. And so we can say he said that because it has, remember that it has an object. Remember the object here says that he finds it difficult to manage people. And to manage people here in this case works as an object of the verb. No, sorry, it's the other way around. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Very good. It's not correct. It's not tell because it's not. There's not an object. And so, well, here you can say he said me that he was finding it difficult to manage people. Are you sure? What do you think? Could it be said or tell? You can pause the video and think for a minute whether it is correct. You can say either he said or he told me that he was finding it difficult to manage people. Take a minute to think about it. Very good. So now let's move on here. We can say he told me that he was finding it difficult to manage people because remember what I just said about having an object. In this case, me works as an indirect object. So now here in number three, he says she him to improve his performance. And what do you think? She said him to improve his performance, or she told him to improve his performance? And well, you can also take another minute to think about it. You can pause the video and think about it. You can always pause the video. And I'm not sure if you're tired. You can just you can just relax for a minute. You can have a rest. Very good. So she says she told him another one more time. She told him to improve his performance. Very good, yes. And so we say she they would never agree. So in this case you have to ask yourself, is there an object here? Or can we just say she said they would never agree? What do you think? You can take a minute to pause the video and think on your own. You can always, I mean, it's not my intention to make a series of videos, but I hope it's a good aid for you. Very good. It says here, she said they would never agree. And so, well, we'll leave it like that. Well, in here it says, my boss me not to pay the invoice. And so, well, in this case, you have to think, is there an object here in the sentence, or there isn't? Very good. Yes, you have to say, my boss told sorry, my boss told me to pay the invoice. And in this case, it says here, number 6, he then he worked for General Electric. And so, well, then again, you can ask yourself, is there an object here? Think Think for a minute. You can pause the video again and think for a minute. And well, here, well, you see that there is not there is no object. But remember, it gives you the option of using that, as always. But remember that there are always expression. You have to use that sometimes, not every time. Sometimes it is optional, but sometimes it is not. Be careful about it. So when we say she said that he worked for General Electric. Well, here we have finished with this frame, and so we can go to the next part here of the class. And well, think about this. It says you say, tell, and ask to report this dialogue between two company directors. For example, Phil told Amanda or said he wanted to motivate their managers more, or that he wanted to motivate their managers more. And so this is a dialogue between two company directors, and we have to report what they say. It's a very traditional activity. Here it says, I want to motivate our managers more, Philip said. And so how would you relay it? How would you transform it into reported speech? And you can say, he said that he wanted to motivate our managers more, or in this case it says here our managers more. And so another thing that well uh, before here on the chart it said that we have to sometimes change the pronouns right there. Nouns or pronouns may change, and so you can say he said he wanted to motivate their managers more, because he's using the possessive adjective are right there. You see it. And so he said he wanted to motivate the managers more because, well, he says are, and so you have to change it because you're relaying what someone just said. And so, for instance, here, well, I'm gonna try to make a female voice. Are you delegating the less important decisions? Well, don't laugh so hard. Are you delegating the less important decisions? And so, how would you report this phrase here? And you have to say, she asked him whether or if, sorry, give me a minute, whether, oh, whether or if, nah, sorry about that, or if he was delegating less important decisions. So, well, here he says, I think so. And I'm making more time to listen. I'm making more time to listen to their suggestions. If you have employees, um, do you think you take time to listen to your employees' suggestions? That would be a cool thing to reflect about. Very good. So it says here, well, how would you convert this phrase here in reported speech? And well, always remember that you have to invert it. I mean, go one step backwards. And so you go. He said, he thought so, and that he was making more time to listen to their suggestions. And well, the lady says, that's good. Responding to their ideas is really important. And well, how would you convert this phrase here in reported speech? Always remember the rule that I just gave you, the one step backward. Well, here it says, that's good. Responding to their ideas is really important. And so you go, she said, that, that, that was good. And that responding to their ideas was really important, or you can just say is really important because it's true and it's recent as well. And so you have to say, for example, well, yeah, really important. And so you go, is the department investing enough in training? And you have to think about it. How would you convert it into reported speech? And well, take a minute. You can pause the video and take a minute to think about it. Because well, the idea is for this is to be an aid. That's a word for you, aid. Here. And so you say, is the department investing enough in training? And so you can say, Phillips, he said, no, he asked if the department was investing. Remember the one step backward rule. You have to change it into one tense back in the past. Was investing enough in training? You can always say, she asked her, he asked her, she asked him, whatever, if you wanted to. And so, well, we reach the end of this activity, and we say, the girl says, yes, it is. This year's budget is bigger than last year's. And so think about it for a minute. how would you uh, transform it into reported speech? How would you relay it? And you can say, yes, uh, well, she said that, well, that they were, that the department, well, you can just say that, e- eliminate this here. Don't think about yes, it is. You can just say that she said, oh, sorry, she, you can actually say she acknowledged that uh, that year's budget was bigger than the year before. You can always say that. Well, I hope you liked it. It's a beautiful activity. And so well, let's move on to the next one here, and it's the final one for this class. I think it's been enough. This was supposed to be a short class for you because, well, the activities are very quick. And well, in this case, it's a listening activity. You already have the audio on the platform. Remember that it's in. I'm going to write here the name for the forum. It says here audio, listening audio, audios, unit 1, managing people. Unit 1, managing people. And right there, you already have it here in this file. Go search for this audio, the 9.4. In this file, listening audios, unit 1, managing people. And well, here you have here in this activity test right there, your colleague is away and you have been asked to check their voicemail. Listen to each message and you have to write down who rang and what was said or asked, then write a short note for your colleague. For example, here it says, Jenny rang about the conference. She said she'd found a hotel with good rates. So she asked how many rooms you wanted to book. And well, this is a classic reporting sentence here. I'm gonna write it down. Reporting sentence. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna write it down. Reporting sentence. And so, well, now I'm going to share the tab in which you have the audio for you to in which you have the audio. You can listen to it. Well, let's do it right there. It's a set of it's a sequence of messages and you have to write down what was said or asked here. And well, I think it's very short, right? I'm not sure how short it is. I'm gonna share it now. Yes, very good. Okay, so now you do see this. And well, remember that you can always go to YouTube because in YouTube you have almost all of the you have all of the audios that we're going to be using during this course. Because well, I am a genius. Very good. I am a genius, and I found this is gold, pure gold, because you don't always have it on YouTube. But well, you have the you're lucky because you will have it on YouTube, and if you ever want just to listen to it again and not thinking about where to search for it on the platform, you know that it's already on YouTube. Here, you have to just type this market leader pre-intermediate audio, and you have to search for this list, market leader pre-intermediate, and you will find not all the recordings, but all the recordings that we are going to be using of all the sorry, the units. Very good. So now we're going to listen to it. Be careful and write down the messages that you hear. I'm gonna do the same. Uh-huh.
Recording 9.4. 1.
This is Jenny. I'm ringing about the conference. Great news. I found a hotel with good rates. So, how many rooms do you want to book?
Two.
Hi, this is Jason. I'm phoning about the management training course. I want to confirm my place on the course. By the way, who's leading it? Thanks.
Three.
Oh, hello. This is Carol. I'm ringing about next Friday's meeting. I've got two questions. Firstly, how many people will there be at the meeting? And secondly, what time will it finish? Okay, bye.
Mm.
Four.
Hi, this is Maria from Finance. I'm phoning about the budget. How much did you spend on the Tokyo trip? I need to fill in the expenses claim by Friday.
Recording 9.5.
Sorry, now let's just see if it worked. Very good. I think it was just 4, but now we're going to listen to it again because, well, in my case, I didn't manage to finish all of them. So, well, we'll just do it again. Very good.
Recording 9.4. 1.
This is Jenny. I'm ringing about the conference. Great news. I found a hotel with good rates. So, how many rooms do you want to book?
2.
Hi, this is Jason. I'm phoning about the management training course. I want to confirm my place on the course. By the way, who's leading it? Thanks.
3.
Oh, hello. This is Carol. I'm ringing about next Friday's meeting. I've got two questions. Firstly, how many people will there be at the meeting? And secondly, what time will it finish? Okay, bye.
Four.
Hi, this is Maria from Finance. I'm phoning about the budget. How much did you spend on the Tokyo trip? I need to fill in the expenses claim by Friday.
Very good. So now we're going to share the Jamboard again and we're going to work on it. Well, if you heard it right, you can see that, well, he first, Jason called asking about the management course, the management training course here. Let me add it. And well, he said that he wanted to confirm his place on the course and he also asked who was leading. Here you can also add it. He also asked who was leading it. Well, in the case of Carol, I couldn't finish it, but she rang asking about Friday's meeting, and she said, she asked how many people would there be on the meeting. Later on, if I have forgotten any later on, I'll check the answers before I deliver them to you, so don't worry. If it's incorrect, what I just wrote, it's okay. I'm sorry. Afterwards, I'm gonna write it right. I'm gonna check it and make it right. And well, here in number 4, Maria found asking about the budget, and she asked how much had X spent on the trip to Tokyo. I think it was the trip to Tokyo, was it? Don't worry, if it's incorrect, later on I'll check the questions. So, I hope I hope you all liked it, and well, we'll see each other. We'll see each other again next week. But let me tell you that next week I'm going to start the class at 6:30, so you can come a little bit later. Next class here. Sorry, not here. You can join a little bit later because I have a final examination on a course that I'm sitting for. So, well, now you know how you're supposed to report what someone just said, and now you know that always remember the one step backward rule. Oh, very good. And so, well, this is the feeling you get when you've finished, when you're tired after a very long class here. Okay, so we'll see each other again next week, and I hope you all have a very good weekend. Have a nice weekend, have a nice afternoon, and have a nice evening, all of you. And well, here I'm going to stop sharing, and well, we'll see each other again next week, and I'm going to upload everything. Don't worry. This video and the Jamboard that I just worked on will be uploaded. I'll check the answers so that you can do it yourself. Try to do it try to do it yourself before checking the answers. That's like a classic. I'm sure it's a classic suggestion, obviously. But well, it's always a good idea to remind people to do it. That you can do it in order to improve yourself as a student. Very good, guys. Let me just stop the recording and we'll see you again next week. Remember that we're going to be starting the class at 6:30. So don't be early. Although I don't think many people are going to be early. Very good. So goodbye to you all. Thanks again for paying attention and have a nice afternoon.